Welcome to the Barker Podcast Collection.
Welcome to the Not Watching Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by
Iain Bruce,
John Martin,
and Marcus Hurley.
You can contact us on email at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. Right, okay, so I just wanted to talk about The Walking Dead for a sec, and Marcus hasn't seen it, so any of this season. Have you seen up to season 5, sorry. Marcus?
See me? Oh yeah, no, yeah. I've just not seen this last episode. I've seen the first two.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah. I didn't want to talk just about this last one.
Oh,
I wanted to
okay.
talk around it.
Yeah.
Just
in
because
that case,
I got...
yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Sorry, can I just chip in with? I haven't seen the last half of season 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you
Have you seen these first two?
No, he hasn't.
No, I'm kidding. So.
Well, to be honest, I thought I had, and I started watching the season 6, episode 1, and thought, I've no fucking idea what's going on. I think I've missed some. So,
there is.
Yeah.
Well, nobody had any idea what was going on.
It was that first.
It did look like that, but I just thought I need to go back and.
Yeah. It was that first shot of Rick walking down the stairs out of a building wearing a gingham dress with Mr. Flibble that completely threw you, wasn't it?
I did find it incredibly arousing, but it did throw me. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I just wanted to mention it because I think these latest 3 episodes have been the best the show has ever been, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really surprised. And I'll tell you what, I got massively spoiled today. And I'm not going to say why because I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Oh, no, man. Do tell.
Oh, I know how you... Yeah, so finally, I feel like justice has been done now.
No, it'll keep being done, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. But, so I completely lost my rag with the person who did it, and
oh no!
And he basically said his reply was, "I can't think about everyone else when I sit down and watch TV," and I said, "Well, since when did watching TV involve putting up pictures on Facebook the next day, saying R.I.P. You know, like stuff like that?" And go on.
Okay. It's like your self-awareness has completely fallen away. Because you maybe this is for afterwards, but you do this shit as well, mate. You do exactly that shit. You may not put a poster up, but you will drop stuff like that. And the irony is you will also say, well, you should have watched it, like this guy just did to you.
Yeah,
I think the difference is he's done what he's done to you. He has been ahead of you. And I absolutely understand the urgency and the longing to be the first to see stuff, to go, that was amazing, everyone! And you've been usurped here. And I think that's where your frustration is coming from. And certainly where my frustration, and perhaps others, comes from, when you spoil the shit out of stuff because you've seen it first! Ah!
I mean...
Carry on.
Oh, I feel that, but, like, don't you think... I would always restrain myself to some extent, I think.
Certainly in recent years you have started to restrain yourself.
Good.
Yeah, because I'm sort of aware of, like, there's so much on and keeping on top of it all. And to be honest, my enthusiasm for The Walking Dead had fell away. I only caught up on this season last weekend. So I've only watched, like, these 3 episodes in the last couple of days, pretty much. So there was every danger this could have happened last week or the week before, but thankfully they, chilled out with the drama a bit, but not the action. But yeah, I think because I'd sort of fallen out of love with the show a bit, I found last season a bit of a chore, to be honest. I just kind of fell off the wagon with it, really, but it kind of made me realise how much I do still love the show, and especially after watching the first 2 episodes. When this annoyed me so much. I guess, I don't know. I just kind of came to the conclusion today that it's fair game, and it really is kind of your responsibility to keep up with stuff. And if you fall behind, you can't complain when shit gets spoiled for you, because especially if you're on the internet as much as we are.
Well, that's why I've done a blackout. I've avoided all the Walking Dead sites and everything. I haven't been on Facebook much. I literally just check the notifications. I've avoided Chili Dog TV and movies like the plague.
They are pretty good for not spoiling there.
Yeah, I know. But I just in
And they're a
case, you
highly
never know.
recommended group. Do pop along and sign up.
Yes.
Yeah. Chili Dog Movies on Facebook.
But yeah, no, I mean, it has been a really good...
By-
Sponsored by Pop Tarts. Boo. Anyway, but yeah, no, I agree with Rob. It has been insane. I remember watching the first episode of this series and thinking, actually, like Iain, thinking, what's happened? Because there is a little disconnect between, and
So- I mean, sorry to interrupt, but when this big event that happens, I've got a rough idea what happens, but does it also introduce a new character at the same time? Like a new baddie?
Have you not seen the very latest episode?
No.
I've not.
Oh, really? So you didn't even know? Oh, shit.
No,
Oh, that's all right.
Sorry, what I was messaging earlier, I wish I hadn't. I assumed you were up to date, John, as you often
Yeah,
are.
Have
Oh,
you spoiled it for
me,
someone?
to be honest.
Although you've read the comics, so...
so you basically
I didn't say
watched
what
the-
happened, though. I just told you what character it involved.
So
Yeah,
what
you
you're
did, yeah.
what you're saying, Rob, is that you watch television and then you compose the message to someone else and spoiled the fuck out of this TV show.
No, I asked him which character something
He was
bad
asking
happened
me
to.
because I was in a rage.
Yeah. So I know roughly what's going to happen because I've read all the comics. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
but yeah.
No new characters were introduced.
Okay, so they've gone off piece then, I think. Compared to the comics
Probably.
anyway.
Is this whole like logistical thing they're doing? Is that in the comics?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, cool. I just thought it was like the writers being like, "Fuck, we've got loads of money now." So
Let's
because
do something cool.
yeah, because I think honestly, there's no I think there's no coincidence here that the reason that the quality of the show has kind of upped massively. First of all, you've got no Breaking Bad anymore. I know they've got Better Call Saul still, but I don't know if the budget for that is the same. But they've got rid of Mad Men, which must free up their coffers no end. Because they were paying those guys so much fucking money to keep that show on the road. So I think now they're like, right, okay, how many zombies do you need? Oh, 1,000. And so they get 1,000 zombies, like huge amount. I'm sure there's some computer generated stuff going on, but there are so many zombies, and I can totally understand now why they premiered this season at Madison Square Gardens in New York, because that must have looked epic on a massive screen. The other thing I noticed is that the last episode was directed by Michael Slovis, who did quite a lot of Breaking Bad and a lot of Better Call Saul. So they've got some top draw talent on the show now, and yeah, it's just rocking hard so far, I think.
I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode then.
Yeah. Apparently episode 4 is going to be 90 minutes. So
Wow.
they said that as well.
90 minutes.
That's the one where the tank crew turn up.
Finally.
Yeah,
Puffing
maybe.
and puffing after running all the way from Atlanta.
Yeah,
Wow,
they announced.
90
I might
minutes.
as well mention it while we're talking about The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead did get renewed, and that's going to get a 16 episode order next year. I don't know if they're showing it all in one go. They're probably not. They're probably going to spread it out a bit so that they can have Walking Dead on all year round, as I think was always the plan. But they've said that there's no way that it will ever connect up to the actual The Walking Dead, which I'm not surprised about. Any thoughts on the end of that show?
What? Of
Fear the Walking Dead.
It was alright. It just wasn't really all that interesting, I thought.
No.
The last
Really?
episode was pretty cool.
That new guy they introduced was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he was good, yeah.
Yeah, because he seemed like an actual character as opposed to the main people who seemed like extras. And also, I've a little tangent. I've just watched all of Sense8. And
right.
I noticed that the Johnny Depp kid was playing a strung-out Johnny Depp kid in that show, and he was also a dick. So maybe that's his MO, just being a dicky version who's not Johnny Depp. Although in Sense8, he kind of reminded me a lot like Pete Doherty, which made him more of a dick. He was in London. He was the Pete Doherty guy that Riley got betrayed by.
Oh,
yeah, he was kind of chubbier in that, wasn't he?
I
Looked a
don't
bit
know. He
different.
just looked like the word's optional. Sorry,
Yeah.
my RoboCop list of words, stroke Terminator list of words was too long. I couldn't pick one.
Oh no, I didn't notice him in that at all.
But gotta say
yeah,
though,
I
I
guess-
did enjoy that series. It was a bit strange. There were 1 or 2 episodes where I kind of went, "What?" and then realised it was the Wachowskis, and then went, "Okay, we'll see what they do after that." Then it kind of picked up again.
I think that there's a couple of bits in it that really were a bit weird. You know,
Yeah.
like when the
Oh,
two
the
girls were
opera bit.
shagging at the beginning.
The opera bit was a bit
and
weird.
I watched it in 4K, and like when the dildo hits the floor when they're done shagging, and like there's splatters coming off of it as it hits the deck.
splats, yeah.
Oh,
It's like, that's a bit much. Come on.
Well, it's striving for realism.
Well, yeah.
the giving birth montage must have been quite special as well.
In 4K, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
definitely
my God.
it was.
It's
The
just so
Hindu
ridiculous.
wedding was beautiful. That looked really good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, they spent some money on that. I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you want to mention Homeland then, Ian?
I just wanted to, if anybody's missed it, the new season started in the UK a few weeks back. I think it was episode 3 on Sunday. I've lost track of which episodes it is. There's some spoilers that I'm not going to do because that would be truly tragic if I dropped some.
Yeah.
But the main crux of the story has moved to a new location. And first 2 episodes, I thought, oh, this might be quite interesting. And then Kerry started pouting and crying and sobbing. And if this is a spoiler, I'm just saving you the effort of watching the first 2 episodes to get to crying, weeping, fugly Carrie. Recycling the same old shit. So, in summary, it has become 24. It won't be my show of the year. Let's move on. Thanks very much for listening.
Oh. But the lip wobble when she gets upset, I like that. You're sort of waiting for it to happen, and then you see her lip do this little spasm.
Yeah, but they do that in the fucking Vampire Diaries, and that's I'm not the target demographic for that. Thankfully, my wife still isn't watching that anymore. But this isn't that. If it wants to become that, that's fine. But I'm done with it now.
I've got to episode 3, and I was a bit dismayed by the way in which they are like using Carrie's bipolarness as like some kind of superpower. You know, it's like
It's a bit weird.
I'm
isn't
going to
it?
start snorting up. What is it like? Caffeine.
Yeah.
He's like, and what I found so annoying about this, and I'm sorry, yeah, we are sort of verging into spoilers a bit here, but it was just the way in which she had gone, I'm going to go mental to this guy, I'm going to go pretty crazy, and then she goes crazy, and he's like, oh, I'm not standing for this, and leaves. It's like,
It's like,
fucking
Yeah,
loser, like,
I don't know.
she told you.
At least the first season, it felt like those actions the characters were taking were at least partly grounded in the real world. But it has subsequently become just kind of a parody of itself, like 24 did. Where
Yeah.
it's, oh, he's doing the 24 thing again.
Yeah.
He swallowed the key. Jack will just reach in and take it out. It's just, really? The first series worked because it was a little bit fantastical, but kind of based in the things that we all kind of know. And now it's just disappeared up its own arse, I think. Unless somebody else watches it and tells me, wow, you should have watched the next one. It was amazing. I'm done with it. I'm just done. Sorry,
Well,
I
guys.
keep watching it. So.
I am too. Just feel too invested in it at this point to give up. If this show ends like really bad, I might not go back, but I'm gonna finish it.
Okay. Just a quick I hope this hasn't been proved as false, but there was one of the episodes had some Arabic writing on the walls that was done by local Arabic artists, I think, and they had very strong views on Homeland, so they in Arabic put graffiti like
Homeland is all lies. This isn't true reflection of stuff. This is all rubbish. This just don't stop watching and bits. Let's see if we can find the exact things they put. But because the producers just said, "Oh, just put some Arabic words up there to make it look like we're in Arabic land," they did, and they did a marvelous thing. Best of luck to them. I think that's great. I think I agree with what they say. But I do agree with them. I think
they are kind of
that enemy is just a bit done.
Yeah,
I appreciate in the real world it's still a challenge and there's some things to sort out over there. He said, paraphrasing the situation dreadfully.
Yeah,
but it's not helping anything by demonising that in every opportunity in cheap American TV.
See, I agree with you completely, because what stopped me from watching Spooks was when they did all the different ones, like the Russians, even the Americans as the bad guys.
Yeah.
You know, counter agents and stuff. When it became the typical, you know, Middle Eastern terrorist cell, I thought, okay, they make sense for one season. Then the next season, it was the same again.
No, it was.
And then I was done. I was just like, well, it's just lazy writing. It's like we're all in the 80s again, and it's the Russians. You know, it's like a bad.
If you, I would recommend the last episode of the Spooks TV show.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
I guess I'll probably try and catch that.
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Cool. It's amazing that no one has, actually, considering how long ago that's been. Yeah, probably. Age does that.
This has been the Not Watching Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk, where you can also hear myself and Iain talk about video games and virtual reality on the Not Playing Podcast, and Adam, Ash and Will talk about all manner of funny things on the Not Listening Podcast. Please email us your thoughts on the show at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya!
I actually convinced myself we were going to change the world.
Gary will never be free.
Spend my life on the run and give up my daughter?
I don't know how you live with yourself. I will fight you forever. It's after me. So many people, so much blood on your hands.
Sorry, there's all these conflicting reports coming out about
Breaking news
about a Breaking Bad season 6.
Ignore
and
them.
I've just been
Lies.
totally ignoring all this because I just figured it was utter bullshit.
I've not seen the last season yet, so
There was a news story on Empire News website, I think, which is a bullshit website, and all of a sudden...
Empire News? Isn't that... Oh, okay,
Not Empire Online. I think it's called Empire News or something.
Yep.
But, they keep...
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit, but this is 5 months ago.
it's clickbait.
The internet would have been going mad about that.
They were at one point, though. I remember hearing about it. But it's clickbait.
Yeah, there was a news story from 2014, and it started resurfacing again a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, bullshit, shut up. But no, I think if that was a thing, then the internet would be going loopy.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
is it?
sorry.
It'd just be ridiculous.
Hold on, it's like we did. There was one of these a few weeks ago or a few podcasts ago. A site had picked up a story that had actually come from a hoax site. And not corrected it when it was discovered. So